Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kayla Annabella Siregar and I am from English Education major at University of Batanghari. I am from semester 5 and at this time I want to say thank you very much for this opportunity to share this video, especially for our lecturer, Sociolinguistic lecturer is Memianti Ismeti. So this video I want to explain and share for you about my material. The title is National and Official Languages. But before that, why we should learn about the importance of national and official languages in sociolinguistics? First, it's help us to comprehend how language function in various social contexts, and then cultural awareness. Studying these languages fosters awareness, and then the language right and policies. It provides insight into language right and the implication of language policies. National language is a language of a political, cultural, and social unit. It is generally developed and used as a symbol of national unity. Its functions are to identify the nation and unite people. And for official language is the language which may be used for government business, and its function is primarily utilitarian rather than the symbolic. Many countries make no distinction between a national and an official language. In countries which regard themselves as monolingual nations, the same language serves both purposes. In multilingual countries, the government often declares a particular language to be the nation of language for political reasons. And then nearly all European countries contain linguistic minorities, groups of speakers who have as their native variety as a language or other than that which is the official, dominant or major language in the country where they live. In some cases, where the minorities are relatively large, the nation-state usually has more than one official language. Like example, Belgium and Switzerland, where the minority is smaller or less influential, the minority language or languages are unlikely to have official status and their speakers will tend to be bilingual. Because of its colonial history, as well as its value as a world language and international lingua franca, English is an official language in many countries throughout the world, such as Pakistan, Fiji, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and so on. Often it shares this official status with an indigenous language, such as is Malay in Malaysia, Swahili in Tanzania, or Gilbertum in Kiribati. In New Zealand, ironically, although English is in fact the official language of government and education, Maori is the only language which has been legally declared an official language. And for the next slide is United Kingdom. For the first is English and two is Wales, the first language of about a fifth of the population of Wales. And the third is Scots Gaelic, is spoken natively by about 90,000 people, largely in the west of Highland and Hebridean Island of Scotland. And the fourth is Irish Gaelic, is spoken by small numbers of speakers in part of Northern Ireland. And the fifth is Gaelic and Welsh, for younger children in primary school and in secondary school. And then next slide is about the planning for a national official language. And I have four interrelated steps. And the first is selection. It's the way to choosing the variety or code to be developed. And then two is codification. It is a standardizing its structural or linguistic features, like sometimes called corpus planning. And then third is elaboration. It is the way to extending its functions for use in the new domains. This involves developing the necessary linguistic resources for handling new concepts and contexts. And the last is securing its acceptance. And this is the status of the new variety is important, and so people's attitude to the variety being developed must be considered. Selecting the code to be developed is often an entirely political decision. True linguists may point out the different linguistic problems by selecting one variety rather than another. The relationship between the steps in language is planning like social, form, selection, linguistic codification, function and attitudes, acceptance, and elaboration. And we have to move to the last section or last slide. The conclusion is that national and official languages play a crucial role in sociolinguistics by influencing communication, cultural identity, and social dynamics within a society. They serve practical function in governance and public life while also shaping the identity and unity of a nation. Understanding the implication of language policies and the status of various languages can provide valuable insight into the complexities of multilingual societies and the challenges they face. Overall, the study of national and official languages highlight the interplay between language, culture, and society, emphasizing the importance of language in both practical and symbolic contexts. I think that's enough for me to explain about my material, especially about national and official language. So I want to say thank you very much for watching this video and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.